Okay, so we're going to do a little of Nosson now on Parshas Beshalach. It says that the Jewish people cried out to Hashem. So there's two pieces I want to do here. The first thing is to realize that we cry out to Hashem when we're having a hard time. He said our main intention should be to find understanding, to get das and see the positives within our distress. In that manner, we will be able to be happy despite our distress and transform the worry and anguish into joy. And that is how you break the other side. That's how you break what's called this Heichal Tmuros. There's an aspect that's called this palace, this chamber of exchanges, where everything flipped around. What's really important is in the Neshama, the group takes over, it's important, right? But everything is flipped around. You get difficulties and things that are opposite. Really what it comes down to is you have to have das understanding. That really, it's all Hashem. The minute you're able to hold on and be with Hashem, everything is fine. So the first, Nosson as usual, Nosson, they give it eights, is like, okay, how do you do this? Right? Talk about Emunah, how do you do it? And then first of all, you have to find the positives within your negative situation. Focus on those. Then you subdue the other side, the negativity, and you're able to flip around the gloom and doom to positive, to good, to joy. And you clarify the holiness that was exiled in your difficulty. You're in a difficulty because there are sparks there giving it life. You free them by finding the positive within your negative situation until you're able to be happy despite the negative situation. That happiness, that joy is what's going to help you spring all these sparks free and get out of the hardship and the difficulty. That's the first thing I want to say for Nosson. As he says by Avshalom, it says by David Melech, Avshalom rebelled, Mizmor David b'varcha b'nei Hashem. But right, a psalm to David. Mizmor David usually means a song, a joyous song. It's like, what is it? When he ran away from his son Avshalom, he wanted to capture him. So the Gemara asked, "What's Mizmor?" It should say Kina. It should say it's a lamentation to David when he ran away from when he ran away from his son. So the Gemara says, no, he said to himself, very interesting Gemara. The Gemara says he said to himself, listen, it's my son rebelling. A slave would kill me. My son is probably not going to kill me, mamish. Some comfort, right? Wow, that's pretty. That's so exciting. Yeah, it's so exciting. Wow, his son won't kill him. He's losing his kingship. He's got to run away, flee. And, oh, don't worry, I probably won't die. So Nosson says, no, Melech was so in pain. This is what happens when a person's in distress. He can't talk, he can't speak, can't do anything. He feels so constricted. So you have to find some positive. He found a positive point. He's like, at least it's not as bad as it could be. It's not a slave, it's my son. And then he's able to cry out. Then the whole thing is, I'm crying out to Hashem, I'm screaming to Hashem. But the first thing is to find the positive. Once you find the positive, you're able to actually dive in and turn to Hashem and cry out to Hashem. That's the number one. So that's this idea of a cry out to Hashem. When you're crying out, you're looking for the das. You're looking to understand that it's not as bad as it could be in order to flip it around to joy, in order to pick up the sparks that are giving life to this situation. That's the morning of Nosson. He's like, okay, directions. It's not just find the moon and free, like the Gemara says. He's like, more particular directions. Specific instructions. He said, you need to know. You're trapped there because you have no das. They take away your das. The Rebbe brings, the Shem Tov says, when you're having your son, they take away your das. You have no understanding. It's hard for you to focus. You have to get it back. But you're panicked. You can't. You're the chamber of exchange is in charge. Your difficulties, your challenges are taking over. You're paralyzed. No, so you have to find some positive, open up the paralysis, and slowly but surely come to joy. Transform the negative emotion to joy, and then you spring the problem, and everything works out. And very often, even in general, the problem is not as bad as you thought. You know, there's a story about Ditchever. One time, you saw this young man look beside himself. He looked like he was going to die. White. He was upset. So he called him in and said, oh, hi, how are you doing? Please, come in, take some tea, okay? You have no idea, you don't understand. I don't know what happened. I can't find my farm sent me with the biggest sum of money to do business. I can't find the money. What am I going to do? Kill me? I don't know. I don't know. Kill me, but I'll never live this over. I'll live this up. I have no money. I don't know what to do. He's much like, calm down. I guarantee you're going to find the money. Relax. Look at it. Tzaddik. Holy man tells you guarantees you can find the money. Okay? Trust him. Okay, he says he'll find it. Find it. So what did he do? Yeah, some tea, some cake. Something gets up, bolts out of the room. 5 minutes later, he comes back, he's shining. He's like, wow, what Ruach HaKodesh you said? I found it by the stender where I davened, I hit it, and while I do my davening mincha, and I just forgot, I left it there. Wow, what Ruach HaKodesh? You knew I'd find the money, I was so relaxed. But this is like nothing with Ruach HaKodesh. Like, people forget these sort of things simply because they're pressured. The minute you let go of the pressure, everything works out. It's not be pressured. A person's paralyzed. He can't do what he could do. He can't save himself. He can't make the effort to save himself. So that's number one. There's another story with the Baditchever. With Rav Simcha ben Parshas. Rav Simcha ben Parshas, what happened with him was he once saw somebody who fell into the river. You know, he was a pharmacist for a while. As a young man, business, and the guy fell into the river, fell into the sea, maybe even the river. And the guy was like all panicked. He looked like he was going to like just, you know, when the person panicked in the water, you know, you get all stiff, you get stiffed up. So Rav Simcha ben cried out, he yelled to him and said, "Hey, say hello to the Nosson for me. You know, say hello to the, you know, to that big fish." Like it's supposed to have when Mashiach comes, the Bechina of the Nosson. This means connection. Is it physical? Isn't it physical? It's such a thing. The whole concept, the Talmudic concept of this Nosson. We're going to feast on this Nosson, on this gigantic fish when the time comes in the ultimate future. So the guy started, you know, he's like sort of singing, but he like kind of gives a smile. He like feels like relaxed and laughter, and he swims out of the water. And he said he told her, "You saved my life." You get so worked up, it makes it much worse, and it makes it impossible to get out. It's a problem. So that's the first thing. Crying out, that's number one. Number two, he said the main sorrows in Nosson, you have to know, is because the negative desires took the person over. And Havalim Ram, these negative breaths are not good. The Osis of the Torah said our yearning and desire is what brings the Osis, the letters, the potential, and actualize it. What you want happens because your desire. Your desire is very, very, very important. So when you have bad thoughts, that messes you up. So the main way of dealing with it is crying out. Like I said, he says it's good to cry out to Hashem before the trouble, after trouble, middle of trouble, whatever it is. You have to cry out. You have to ask Hashem. Just simple. So these holy Havalim, the holy breath of your crying out, overcomes the breath that was created from the negative yearning, and they're expressing negative yearnings, and that's able to overcome it. They cried out to Hashem when it was difficult to them, and He saved them from their difficulties, from their distress, and then He has to thank Hashem, like it says there. Through this kindness, which is an aspect of good desire and yearning, right? He wants. Through this, he brings all the biggest things and everything that's right. Everything turns out to be good. And really, Nachman said the main thing is desire. Desire is free. You can do it whenever you want. So Nosson says, what the Rebbe told me about holy desire, I cannot express to you how important it is. Like the absolute main thing. Everything has to come down to desire. And Nosson says desire, when you want Hashem, it breaks your physicality entirely. The main thing is what you want. What you want is who you really are. That's the main thing. That's what you're absolutely in control over. That's what you determine every second, every instant. So you have to work on overcoming the negativity by good, holy desire. And crying out to Hashem and waking up the holy desire. We have the negative desires. We have to work on overpowering them with the holy and good desires. That's our job. That's our task in this world. That's the idea of crying out to Hashem. We cry out to Hashem by trying to wake up the good desires, trying to live with the good desires. There's no end to the power of Ratzon. Ratzon has the power. Generally speaking, Ratzon says Ratzon brings you what you wanted, even in this world. Sometimes in the next world, usually even in this world, you're going to get what you wanted. Whatever it is that you wanted, you're going to get. You're going to reach Hashem Shabbat B'zocheh. So the aura of leaving Mitzrayim and Kriyas Yam Suf. The Yam Suf, we have this terrible. Also based on Nosson, we have this terrible, the water. This terrible, the tumultuous with the sea, and your person can drown. He's so filled with who knows what, and that yearning is going to split that. All these things, it seems impossible barriers. The yearning is what breaks through. Like Rebbe says the first story, he believes, he wanted to believe it's going to happen. There is such a thing. Of course, there's a gold mountain right right over there, Parshas right. Parshas and Mishnah is right. This a pearl castle on a gold mountain. Certainly about it. They kept finding this no such thing. There were people who were in the know. These big sarim, these big officers, whatever they were, malachim, whatever. And he's like, no, there is. Till they got it is the yearning. The yearning. You keep yearning, you're going to get exactly what you're supposed to be. B'ez Hashem. That's the money. That's the Hashem Shalom Zocha to yearn and to cry out and to keep praying, keep struggling until we're Zocha to get what we're supposed to do.
Amen.